Alright, what's up YouTube? It's been a while since I've made a video on this car, so I figured I would as well. Can you please not? Alright, it's been a while since I made a video on this car, so I figured I may as well knock this one out while I have time. Obviously, this is the 1998 Accord LX that is my second car. Bought from my mom a few months ago. I haven't really done much to it since I made the last video, but it's been a few months and people are kind of asking about it and like, yo, where's this car at? So here it is. A couple of things I do have to talk about though. One of them not so good and the rest are aight. So the car looks pretty similar. I mean, obviously I haven't done anything else on the outside since I made the last video, like I mentioned. Yeah, she's a little rough, but that's how she's always been to an extent. There is one other thing that I'll have to get to later. I did straighten the Honda logo though, because that was kind of annoying because I initially put it on there crooked, so I straightened that right up, so that's all good. Other than that, I guess I'll just dive right in. So we had some bad rain, or I guess some wind, back in like December of this year, which was, you know, like 3 months ago, and a big tree branch came down off of one of these trees and it hit the roof of our house, and then it flew from there 30 feet this way and right onto the roof, as you may have been able to tell. And it was actually a lot worse than this when I found out. I was actually not here at the time. My dad's the one that told me about it, but as you can see, it kind of destroyed the roof. This part, this whole section was like pushed in. I actually popped a lot of this out, and yeah, it didn't really do it any favors, and it chipped some of the paint off, so it's starting to rust. Unfortunately, can't really get around that. It's not really worth, you know, putting money into this car to fix this and, you know, repaint it. So decided not to do that and just let it roll. Unfortunately, it's gonna look a little bit crappy now, but it also shattered the windshield when that happened too. So I had to get the windshield replaced, which I did a few days after that happened. So it's got a new windshield on it, but the roof is all messed up now. Other than that, on the outside, not much has changed. I'm actually going to do a tire rotation on it after this video, but figured I'd get this out of the way first because I'm going to go drive it and, you know, get the juices flowing in it. Other than that, not much else on the outside has changed. It's pretty much the same. Still got the, you know, black housing JDM lights, which I think look really nice. You know, my mom's actually had those on there for several years, and, you know, I never really changed them because I really like them. So yeah, on this side there's not a whole lot of room, but yeah, she's just a little dirty. I mean, other than that, pretty much the same. But again, it's winter, like I said in my last clip, so washing, it's kind of pointless at this time. So yeah, eventually I would like to get a duckbill spoiler, but they're like 90 something dollars on eBay for like a Spoiler King one, and that's kind of a lot to spend for me right now, just because I have a lot of expenses that are much higher priority than that. So, but yeah, someday it'll happen. Let's go ahead and hop on inside, because there's the only other two things that I have, well, three actually, being that steering wheel cover, but we can get that out of the way. I purchased this, I don't know, about a week ago. I initially got it for that car, but I didn't like it on there, so I put it on this one, and I'm okay with it there. I did actually get some original Accord floor mats. That's something that this car did not have, of course. My mom threw the original ones out a long time ago. So I went to the junkyard and picked these up. These were actually really, really dirty. This one was almost black. So I scrubbed the crap out of it with car wash soap and, you know, air dried them and stuff. And they look a lot better. So I got both front ones. So I have the stock Accord floor mats again. So that's nice. That's pretty much the only other thing that I want to talk about. You hop right in and we'll talk about the other thing. The other thing that I did after I trashed or junked the 1998 Accord, or 90, sorry, the 1990 Accord, I put the stereo that I put in there in this car, because this one had a Kenwood unit like this to begin with, but it was a lot older and it didn't have USB or Bluetooth, so that's kind of nice. Without further ado, I'll go ahead and start up the car. Let's go ahead and turn all that stuff on. We're sitting at 218,136 miles. I have not put that many miles on it. I got it with 216,000, but it's just a second car and I really only drive it on the weekends, so it's not too surprising. Ooh, squeaky belt. Interesting. That's new. Guess I might need to change the serpentine belt on this eventually, but okay. Well, yeah, other than that, she's all good. I guess I can go ahead and open the hood, but first, yeah, you can kind of see that the roof is a little bit messed up. It actually broke this entire piece. It just destroyed it, so I had to go to the junkyard and buy a new one, and that's what I was originally there for. And then I just picked up the mats as kind of like an extra. And obviously, yeah, this does not really fit as it used to, but this light works. I put an LED in that one, so that one works. This one, you don't want to turn this one on because it gets stuck sometimes, and then you can't really turn it off, and that'll kill your battery. So yeah, don't want to mess with that one. These switches are notoriously bad for doing that. They like to, the inner plastic thing breaks off, and then the switch stops working right. But yeah, other than that, pretty much the same. I do have this in here, which is damp rid. I got that a while back because just don't want any like mold or anything happening in here, since this car sits around here quite a lot because it is pretty humid. Yeah, this thing could use a detail. I just don't have, I haven't had the the motivation or the time to do so. This thing could use a good clean. It's kind of grody here and there, but yeah, it's not too bad. So I'll go ahead and pop the hood because that's the only other thing. And of course, my mom always took good care of this car, so there's really nothing wrong mechanically with it. But yeah, I'll go and show you that. There you go. Pretty clean under here, but that's because she had it steam cleaned a while back, so that's why it's really clean. It used to be filthy under here because it leaks oil, and it still does. But yeah, other than that, she's running well. So that's pretty much all I have to say about it. This thing does consume oil, which is the original reason I got it. It eats about a quart of oil every like 800 miles or so, but I just keep some oil in the trunk. It's a typical old Honda thing to do, and even some new Hondas, so yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video on the 98 Accord. Just to kind of let you know this car is still here and kicking, so. So, one thing I forgot to talk about in the main video clip was the transmission, because obviously if you know anything about 6th generation Accords, you'll know that the 4-speed automatic transmissions are really kind of not very strong. So as you just saw there, mine slips a little bit going from 2nd to 3rd gear. I don't know why my iPhone's autofocus keeps tripping out, but yeah, mine slips a little bit going from 2nd to 3rd gear. That's been pretty consistent. That hasn't really changed in the time that I've owned the car. So yeah, the transmission in this was rebuilt around 150,000 miles, but yeah, it hasn't really gotten all that much worse. There are some occasions in which 1st to 2nd gear will also slip a little bit, but that tends to be when it's cold and not necessarily like all the time. So yeah, so other than that, I mean, the car is all good, and she drives fine, at least for now. I think if the transmission ever blows up in this car, I'm going to well, I'm either gonna fix it or I want to like 5-speed swap it. I can't let this car die just because of the sentimental value in it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys later.